Hi guys, don't you just love today's project? Isn't it so cute? So we're going to make that today. It is a 3D project. I haven't done a 3D project in a while. This is known as a Matchbook candy treat holder. So it opens up like a matchbook would, and you can slip your candy in here. It can also hold the little chocolate squares. So I have 2 of the little Kit Kat bars in here for Halloween. So super cute. And then when you close it, it kind of just tucks underneath this little flap, and that's how you close it. And then of course with this one here, I use the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper along with Gorgeous Grape cardstock and Whisper White. And then I use the Spooky Sweets stamp set. I just love this stamp set. And if you bundle this with the Bat Punch, you get a 10% discount right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make one that's similar to this, but I'm using different colors. I'm still going to use the paper out of the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper. So let's go ahead and get started. So for our Designer Series paper and our cardstock, this is what we're going to need. We're going to need, this is going to be the outer edge, and this one's going to be the inside where the candy is stored. So the outer edge was cut at 7 3/8 by 2 3/4. And then your little inner piece here, this one is cut at 5 3/4 by 2 3/8. So what you're going to need for Designer Series paper is 2 pieces cut at 2 5/8 by 3 1/8. You're also going to need 2 pieces cut at 2 5/8 by 2 7/8, and then 1 piece cut at 2 2/8 by 2 1/8, and then you're going to have 3 strips here. 2 of these strips are cut at 3/8 by 2 5/8, and then this one strip here is cut 1/2 by 2 5/8. So that's what you're going to need for Designer Series paper. Now when you're doing this, I'm going to use the same side for the whole thing on this one, but this one here you'll see I mixed and matched. So I've got the hats on here. So whatever paper you're using, you just want to be aware of the design and the pattern. So when you glue it on, it's not upside down or it's not sideways. So just be aware of that when you're putting this project together. So the first thing we're going to do is score our cardstock, the outer and the inner pieces. So the first one we're going to score is our inner piece, which is the smaller one. So you're going to want to score this at 2 1/4, 2 1/2, and make sure we're using the scoring blade, not the cutting blade, and then 2 3/4. Then you're going to score at 5, 5 1/4, and 5 1/2. Then we're going to score the larger piece, the outer piece. This one's going to be scored at 3, 3 1/2, and then 6 3/4. So you're going to need your arm out for this one. So 6 3/4. So we're going to work on our inner piece, which is the smaller piece. So you're going to make a accordion fold on these. So you're going to take your piece, fold it up, fold it down, and then fold it up again. And this is on the small end. And then just flip it around, do the same thing. Fold it up, fold it down on the second fold, and then fold it up on the third fold. So your piece is going to look like this. So we're going to anchor this down over here so it's going to form your little insert. So what I recommend is strong adhesive. I'm going to use the tear and tape, and the tear and tape is slightly bigger, but that's okay because you just want to go ahead and put your piece of tear and tape on. and it's going to hang off the edge a little bit. You want to line up your tear and tape to the fold. Then if you have any longer ends, just trim them. So when your tear and tape is sticking up, just fold it over on itself so it's not hanging over the edge. Then you're going to go ahead and you're just going to take and put this together so that you form your little pocket. So just line your edges right up and then firmly press. So there's your little pocket that's going to go on the inside. So we're going to set that aside. So then you're going to take your outer piece and we're going to fold that. You're just going to fold on your lines here. I'm just going to use my bone folder to give it a good crease. So you're going to fold that in. You're going to fold this one in. And then you're going to fold this one in also. So all your folds should be in towards you. So it's going to set up like this. There's your Matchbox. So now we're going to go ahead and put our designer series paper on our project here before we assemble it. So you want to go ahead and bring in all your pieces, and again, just pay attention to your paper. It doesn't matter, mine's just polka dots, but see how the back side, this paper's so cute. The back side of this is witch's brew and cats and spiders, so if you're going to use that, you really want to pay attention to how you cut it. So your two larger pieces are going to go on the inside, on the larger square, and then on the outside. So we're just going to focus on the inside first, decorating the inside. So you can use your snail adhesive to anchor this one down. And there should be a little frame of black cardstock or whatever color your cardstock is around your designer series paper. So then one of the smaller squares are going to go up here. Not the smallest, but the smaller of the two. That's going to go up here, just like so. This is one of the smaller strips of the two that you have. The other one, this one actually measures out to 1/2. This one's going to go on the front of this flap like so. So we're going to go ahead and put that one on. Not on this side, but you're going to fold your flap up and you're going to put your piece of designer series paper right there. Then this little square, the one lonely square that we had, this one's going to go on here. So it doesn't matter which side you put it on. So now we're going to put this on the inside here. So what you're going to need is right here, we're going to take a piece of the tear and tape, and you're going to just line it up as close to the bend as you can, so, or as close to the fold, I should say. And then, of course, if you have any ends, just give them a trim with your scissors. Then you're going to peel this off. And we're going to take this piece, and with your designer series paper facing this way, so this part here is going to be face down. You're just going to stick this. Now this is going to have, there's going to be probably a 1/4 of an inch or so space on each sides. So you're going to want to center that right in the middle. So see what I'm talking about? There's a little space in between so that they're nice and even. So once you have that glued down, just make sure you press it down good, and then fold in the corners, and then it's gonna just fold down nicely, just like that. So the option here is you can leave it like this, finish decorating it, whatever you want to do. I want to actually glue it down, so that's what I'm gonna do, but again, you can skip this option if you want. So I'm going to use a good strong adhesive to glue this down. So I like to use the liquid mono glue. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on here. And then just press that down and just hold it for a little bit. Just till it gets tacky and sticks. So there's your cute little pocket, and you'll see that your Kit Kats will fit in here, your candy bar, whatever you're doing. And then when you close it, this little guy here slides right in here. That's why we put the tear and tape adhesive close to that fold, so you have a little spot to tuck this in. So now if you wanted to, which I'm going to, on the inside here, I'm going to take the Spooky Sweets and I'm just going to stamp that right there. I'm just going to stamp it in Memento Black, Tuxedo Black. You should probably have done this before we put the designer series paper on in case you make a mistake. But I didn't do that, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it goes on perfectly. Perfect, I like that. So you can also, right here, you can stamp out something. You know, you could maybe put another piece of designer series paper on here. I wouldn't go too crazy with the embellishments and stuff on the inside because this does need to close. But that is a good space to do some more stamping if you wanted to, which, you know, I'm going to do that. Now that we said that, I'm going to stamp these bats. So I'm just using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp this out. That's super cute. I did get a little ink smudge there, but that's okay. They're not always perfect. So that's so cute. Isn't that cute inside? So now we're going to decorate the outside here. So you have your 2 sheets of paper, rectangles left, and then your little strip. So that's just going to go, obviously, on the front and back. And again, if you have your paper and you're putting it in a pattern, make sure your pattern is the way you want it before you glue it down. So this is going to be the front. I actually really like that design instead of that. I'm going to put that up there. Yes, I like that a lot better. Kind of breaks it up a little. Super cute. So there's your front of that. And I'm not done because it's too plain like this, so we're going to decorate it like we did this one. So I'm going to take the layering circle framelits. This one is the 4th smallest. I always count from smallest to largest. I don't know why. That's just what I do. 4th smallest layering circle, and this is the 5th smallest scallop circle. So I'm going to use Whisper White and Basic Black for the bigger one. So you're just going to cut that out with your Big Shot. So once you have them cut out, you're going to do a little bit of stamping on your Whisper White circle. So I'm just going to use Smoky Slate, Mango Melody, and also the Tuxedo Black. So I'm going to stamp out the moon first. And I'm stamping that out with Mango Melody. So I'm just going to stamp it off to one side. The next thing I'm going to stamp out will be the mist here, or the fog. And I'm going to use Smoky Slate to stamp that out. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. Then I'm just going to stamp it off once. Then I'm going to stamp it right across the moon, and it should be nice and light, just like that. The last stamping I'm going to do is I'm going to use the No Tricks, Just Treat stamp. And I'm going to use Memento Black to stamp that out. I'm just going to stamp it right on the front here. So now we're just going to use some snail adhesive and glue that onto your Basic Black scallop circle. Look at that, isn't that so cute? So our last step will be, we're going to use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, And you're going to put them about halfway on the top to about halfway into the middle with your Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, just to pop it up a little so it doesn't get stuck in your flap. I like to use a lot of these dimensionals because they're cheap, and especially with your discount when you're a demo, you get 20% off to start off of all your orders. So 20% off of every product you purchase. So you're just going to go ahead, and what I did was I closed it first, and then I took my tag and I kind of just eyed it to where I wanted it. Just like that. And then this kind of just slides right in there like that. So you just pull it open just like that. So isn't that super cute? You could also do some more decorating up here. And you can just take your little candies and just stick them in here. Your little chocolate square if you have one, and then just close it up just like that. So super cute, isn't that so cute? So like I said, there's many different things you can do with them, but I think they're perfect for Halloween right now. And how cute would that be to hand them out to people, just to put a smile on their face? So I hope you guys liked today's project. All of the materials that were used will be linked in the video description. So if you'd like to order anything, just click on one of the links or contact me for help with ordering. Please hit subscribe, ring the bell, and share this video if you love this video with all your family and friends. I also have a newsletter that I would love for you to sign up for. I do have specials that run through my newsletter, and you get all of the most current information from Stampin' Up! Through my newsletter. So thank you guys for watching.